Most of us grow up believing that effort is the key to success. Work harder, push more, and the world will reward you. But here is a strange truth. No matter how much force you apply, the world does not always move in proportion to it. Sometimes the harder you push, the further your goal drifts away. The universe does not run on force. It runs on harmony. The stars, the tides, and the flow of electricity are all held together by balance and rhythm. When you apply unreasonable force, resistance appears and energy is lost. Human thought follows the same law. Nikola Tesla, the great inventor, once spent endless hours improving a device. He changed its structure, adjusted the angles, and failed again and again. When effort brings no result, we believe that even more effort will save us. But one day, Tesla simply relaxed. He stopped his hands and quietly felt the flow. Then the device became stable, almost as if it were moving on its own. In that moment, he understood. The more he strained, the more he was breaking the natural flow. Effort is a virtue for humans, but seen from the universe, too much effort creates a distortion in the waves. It is the vibration of impatience, the signal of fear, the voice of scarcity saying, "It is still not enough." Those waves cloud your reality. True power lies in a relaxed and aligned state. When you are in tune with the rhythm of the universe, the smallest movement can create the greatest change. Not effort, but resonance. Not force, but flow. Tesla left us 7 teachings for shifting our minds from trying hard to tuning in. The first teaching. Read the flow, not the force. A river never forces its way forward. It simply follows gravity and chooses the most natural path. Only what goes against the flow suffers from friction. So before you push, stop and ask yourself, are my waves calm right now? If your mind is turbulent, wait. When the water settles, the next direction becomes visible. The second teaching, impatience disturbs the waves. When we feel impatient, we feel we are falling behind. But in the universe, there is no late and no early. Every event appears at its most natural timing. Moving while impatient is like pressing the accelerator and the brake at the same time. If you feel rushed, treat it as a sign to stop. Breathe deeply and say, it is already moving forward. The noise will fade and harmony will return. The third teaching. Stillness creates power. People often mistake stillness for doing nothing, but all creation begins in silence. Lightning and wind are born from quiet, invisible space. Tesla would silence his thoughts before an experiment, and in that quiet state, the problems in his device would rise to the surface by themselves. Stillness is not weakness. It is controlled power. Every night before you sleep, stop all sound for a few minutes. Close your eyes and listen to your breathing. Stillness is the switch that resets your power. The fourth teaching. The more you relax, the faster the flow. When we try to grab something, we tense up without noticing, but the universe gathers naturally around those who are relaxed. Tesla found that forcing the current burned his circuits, while trusting the natural flow brought stability. So instead of asking, how can I make this move? Ask, where am I stopping it? The place where you strain is the place where the flow stops. The fifth teaching. Action is born from aligned waves. Action itself does not create results. It is your inner state taking form. Action driven by anger returns anger. Action born from trust shapes a calm reality. Before you decide anything, take a deep breath and move only when your mind feels lighter. You stop thinking, I have to, and start feeling, I want to move. That is the sign that the universe has begun to move through you. The sixth teaching. Surrender to the rhythm of nature. Everything has a rhythm. The seasons, the tides, your own breathing. Humans alone twist nature and demand faster results. That is where friction is born. Digging up a seed before it sprouts helps nothing. Surrendering is not laziness. It is trusting that the flow is carrying you to the right place. The seventh teaching. Trust moves the universe. Trust is the quiet conviction that the flow is already working, even when you cannot see the result. Fear of failure disturbs the waves, but calm trust keeps them steady. The light of a star takes years to reach us. We cannot see it traveling, yet it arrives. The unseen universe is always working. Finally, 3 simple practices. In the morning, take 3 deep breaths and say, today I will tune myself and move. During the day when something goes wrong, ask if you are forcing it. Relax, breathe, and return to the flow. At night, feel that you lived inside the flow today as a part of the universe. Use harmony instead of force. Place trust instead of effort. The universe is already on your side.